let's start. So I'll start with Benjamin.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, you can.
All right. So far, my learning process has been seamless. It's been seamless. I guess I reached out to you, Miss Favor, within this week, and I cleared out to you on something. I cleared out to you on a challenge I was having, and then you solved that for me. So I'm not going to lie, it's been a bit slow. It's been a bit slow due to sometimes light issues and then majorly data too. But I'm making sure that I'm showing up every day to finish up my tasks and the things I'm working on via my course. And then the only challenge I have was I reached out to the mentor you assigned to us on Slack. She has not responded to me. That's the only challenge I have. That's the only thing. So far,
When was that?
I think the day after you added that um,
You reach out to her on
I
Slack
told
or on WhatsApp.
on Slack. I is she on WhatsApp? I
Yeah,
don't really
it's
go
on
to
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp numbers. All right, I'm going to raise that later.
Okay,
Talk to you about that. I don't think she's majorly online on Slack because I reached out to her on Slack.
okay, no problem. I will we'll sort that out later. Thank you so much. So Jay, over to you.
Good evening, lady and gentlemen. My name is actually Oguke Cedric, and I'm learning UI UX design. So far so good. There haven't been any challenge for me. I think the app I'm using to learn is I'm going to manage it. Although you just having to log in, and probably when you go out of the site, you coming in, you have to re-log in again. So I think I will just have to deal with that. God, but I think they have good syllabus, they have good courses. Because the topics for the UIS, UI, UX using course, they're actually comprehensive enough for me. But the only challenge I'm having is just having to mix business, you know, trading, and then time for learning. You get, but I think I'm just going to have to prioritize time for each and every one of them. But so far so good. I think I'm a bit okay for now. That's
All
it.
right. Have you tried the other courses I shared with you guys via email?
I have not received any email yet on any
How come you
course.
don't check your email? Check your email.
Which of my I have a business email and a personal email.
The
Or
one
depending on what
the
you
one you use when you were onboarding. That is the email I
on
use.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'll check. I'll check that.
All right. So that is IBN thing. I noticed that too. That is IBN thing. So I'm sorry for that. I just hope you are
See,
you
all good,
manage
all good.
it.
They're not that bad.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, Mr. Jonathan.
All right. Good evening, everybody. My name is Jonathan Emmanuel, and my stack is data analysis. For the week, I am still on mastering the functions using functions and conditional formatting on Excel to sort data, and this week I worked with my mentor. So and I had a personal task that was given, which I was able to do it, and I've sent it in for submission. I sent it to him though. So we're working on um, rearranging a schedule because I said I am still at more like the beginning stage, the beginner stage. So and it's more like in a fast pace. So we have to like readjust so that I could meet up to the pace. So, but so far it's been wonderful. My challenges are I basically find a way to solve them, and I can't. The materials or the course outlines that were given on the Cisco networking class. It doesn't most times the functions when I tried them on the Excel because they use a different version. I think they use it. I think I've mentioned that like in every of our classes. I mentioned it. They use a different version. So most times I have to like search YouTube videos that would guide me on how to do it on the version of Excel that I have. So that's most of the time I'm able to like
Okay.
um
Will love I give you another platform, or you will
no, it's
have to
actually
get time to finish
I
it
want
now?
let me finish. Yeah, I'll finish with that.
Okay.
Like the classes are okay. It's just that it's just I have to just learn how to improvise. It's actually it is also like teaching me how to improvise when I can't find um the solution directly on the platform.
That is
So
it
I
right
can
there.
yeah sort for external means to like solve the problem. So yeah, it's wonderful so far. And, it's good.
No problem. No problem. Mr. Marv, can we hear from you?
All right, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, I'm Maverick here. So far, everything has been good. I think week three now, week three on the UI UX course. That should be prototyping. Yeah. So actually, I'm not done with week three. Today is Saturday, but I'm not done. But I'll wrap it up before Sunday or the end of tomorrow. But yeah,
Okay.
everything has been
No challenge so far.
for no challenge.
All right. Then, Mr. Destiny.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nkechi Destiny, and I'm learning front-end development. So far I'm week three. Uh, due to some stuff, I'm not able to finish my task for the week. But
Please mute your mic. Sorry.
say, sorry, I didn't hear you.
Can you mute your mic? I think there is a lot of noise at your background. Maybe let's just leave it, but make sure you send me your updates later so that I will know what you are learning currently. So far, so good. Okay, Israel is here. Israel, can we hear from you how you and your students for this week?
Hello, good evening, everyone. Yeah, not see really much. As for this guy, I have two people, which is Ikechi and Penya. So that guy, Penya, I actually messaged him. How far has been everything? How has it been going? I've not actually had any discussion with him because he has not replied my message since. So I don't even know if he's active, he's not active. I don't really know about him, much about him. But as for Ikechi, yes, he's active and he's doing well. So I been asking him how far any glitches, any difficulties. So nothing for now. So the guy is doing good and he's pushing. That's it. That's the update from my end for now.
All right, thank you so much for that. I guess some of that mentors could not make it for the meeting because they are not here up to now. So Thank you so much for guys. I really love what you are doing. Like I said, keep it up. Before you know, this, let me say the sky will be your limit. The way they usually tell us then in secondary school. So just keep up doing what you're doing, and we'll all laugh at last. So let's move over to the second agenda for today. Like I said, I will be talking to Ross a very good topic I thought of sharing with us over the week. So it's about how to bounce back from mistake, the fear, because a lot of us, when we make mistake in our learning journey or in our lives, we are always scared of facing it. We always like to hide behind the mistake and just try to look for a way to just shy away from it, but it's not really a good approach because mistakes sometimes are part of us. That's why the whole idea thing, human, we are not perfect. Once you start becoming perfect, then you are no longer a human. They will start looking at you either an alien or you are kind of a god that we should be scared of. So as a human, we are all bound to make mistake. But the whole thing there is that when you make this mistake, don't just suck it up and try to hide behind it and not face it. So I would really love us to talk about that today. I hope you guys can see my screen. So, like I said, how to bounce back from mistake, embracing failure as part of learning journey. So, a quick introduction. Let me just say this: a quick introduction, like I just did, which is, or I can put it into another way. When you try learning something new, especially when it's coding, design, writing, whatever it is, you are bound to mess things up at some point, and that is what totally okay. Like I said before, what really counts is what you do after. Because me, I remember a time I really avoid, like, I remember I made a really avoidable mistake, but like the thing really threw me off my timeline on a project that was one of the company I worked with back then. At first, I was so disappointed in myself because I got a lot of query. But that situation ended up teaching me something which I still use up to today, and how to manage my time better. And also in the course of my, aside that, also in the course of my learning, I've also made a mistake then when I was writing technical writing. So not like then, because I still write it now, but now I just write it at my own pace. Because but then I wrote a really bad article that got published. I got a lot of hate comments. That thing made me like I couldn't log into any social media because I was just feeling like people are not tracking me on social media once I open my, because in that blog site they will put your image, your full name and everything. So people can quickly just capture your full name and search it up, and boom, you just pop up and they start tracing you up and that. So that period I couldn't open social media because I was scared. I like they will track me and stuff like that. But later at some point I started doing some researches and some stuff. I noticed that I wasn't the first person to publish a bad article, but not like that justified that my what I did is good. No, but I wasn't the first. And I thought, oh, okay, what really made me do this? I ended up seeing that it was pressure. Pressure because I needed to like be in tech thing. I wanted to like experience the tech world. I needed to do something and stuff like that. So I just had to what? Relax and stop pressurizing myself and try to be patient, because I wasn't really that patient enough and stuff like that. But that have taught me that be patient at the, like, time doesn't, in as much as time flies, like people say, but somehow it doesn't really fly because you have in control over your time. It's when you don't have control over your time, it looks as if the time is faster and you are slower. So I had to like learn patience I have to learn consistency. I have to learn a lot of things, which have also helped me in my career. So I just wanted to put it out there so that we all know that mistakes are something we are what, like it's something that's supposed to happen. Even in our homes, sometimes we make mistake, our mom shouts for us, but you don't see them chase us or disown us, but they just tell us so that we know that what we did is really bad. Because when you do something, you are every action, something must be what, you must expect something in every action you do, whether good or bad. There must be a reaction, so we shouldn't always be scared of the reaction. We also learn to what, face it. Then the next thing, okay, I've talked about introduction, so now let's talk about the reality of mistakes in learning process. So what is the reality? Here is the real talk. Mistakes are not permanent. They are not a reflection of your worth. They are just signs that you are in the game, you are trying. Even the most successful people in tech mess up. I love using Kevin Gobo as an example. He really started something called Startup Graveyard to talk about failures and why they matters. He often threw his shares of steps back, but he kept going. That was all about what, mistakes aren't the opposite of winning. They are what, part of the journey. Like I said, Kevin Gobo started a startup called Graveyard. What is this will I call it a blog? Yes. What is it all about? It's all about documenting failures in startup, because people need to learn. In as much as mistakes is part of your learning, but there are sometimes you have to also learn from other person's mistake and see what they did wrong. Maybe you are also trying to what, go into the line of that what idea, you want to do something like that. So reading about most startups that have done something like that and how they failed will also help you to do what, to learn from it, and also what, try to what, avoid that particular mistake. Then the next thing is what, mindset shift from fear of learning. Now let's talk about the thing that holds a lot of us back: fear. Fear of messing up, fear of not getting it right, fear of looking like we don't know what we are doing. But here is the thing: what if we just flip that mindset? What if instead of seeing the mistake as failure, we saw them as lessons? When you think about it, the people who learn the fastest usually the ones who aren't afraid of trying. Mess up, try again. That's how you grow. Like they say, was it electricity in physics they taught us then in secondary school? They said that he failed, I think, 99 times. The last one he succeeded. Let me not quote the name wrong. I think something about Einstein, I be something like that. I might be wrong. I can't really remember the man's name. But then in physics, they taught us of a man that failed. I think it's electricity. So you can see he never gave up. But from the documentary they made, they said each time he fail and try again, he's learning new thing. Each team he's learning new thing. Okay, someone wants to say something. Okay, thank you for that, Thomas Edison. Thank you so much. So each time, each of his failure taught him a new thing. Each of his failure taught him a new thing. If he had stopped, maybe all of us would have still been in darkness. We would be using torchlights, candles. I know those stuff are not healthy to us because of the smoke. And you know, smoke, once inhaled, it can cause death because it blocks the lungs and all the rest of it. So, sorry, who is this? Sorry, a call came in. Sorry, so sorry. Okay, sorry, a student wants to join. Let me accept the person. I can't even see him, so are you sure he joined? But this meeting is open now, so how come? So let's continue. The mindset shifts from fear of learning. I think that was what I just with the reality of mistakes. What I think is practical strategies for bouncing back. Okay, so when the mistakes happen, because let's be honest, it's we. What do you do next? First, take a minute to reflect. Ask yourself what actually went wrong here. What could I do differently next time? Then, and after you have asked yourself all this question, and then this one important, be kind to yourself. Like there are some person that they try to hurt themselves, say hurtful word to themselves. Like sometimes you be like, I'm dumb. Like I'm not supposed to make this kind of mistake. Like those kind of things is like you see yourself trying to hate yourself, trying to belittle yourself, like you are giving yourself first hand, how do I call it? You're giving yourself first hand abuse, like even without seeing how people actually react. Because sometimes the funny thing that sometimes when we even make this mistake, the way we expect people to react might not really be how they will react. And it now becomes funny. At that point, you've already like cursed yourself a million times. And be like, ah, people no even react to it. Why I can't even dey harsh on myself like that? Like you do that a lot. Even me, I do it. But what you do is just tell yourself you are learning. You are a human. You are not supposed to be perfect. Give yourself a little rest. Take a break like I did then in my article. I took a break because sometimes that break helps you clear at your vision. Or if you are someone that loves to talk it out, you can look for someone you are comfortable with, someone that you can talk through without the person being judgmental. There are some friends that when you reach out to them, they will first of all judge you and make you hate yourself. No, avoid such friends. But see those ones that just don't judge, they will just listen. Talk it out, and during the time you are also saying that out, you might also now start seeing where you made mistake, where you fucked up without the person sef even responding to you. And then when you are know you are done with those things, get back to it. Don't say, ah, abeg I'm not going back to that stuff again. Nah, go back to it, like reconnect with what you are trying to do. And you see that energy, that whole reflection, that whole thing, you see a new, like a new feeling, a new form of motivation, and you see that that stuff you now do it better and better, and that time you be like you smile and you be proud of yourself. So that's for a practical strategy for bouncing back. Then now, creating a failure friendly environment, that's where I talk about the community. Creating a failure friendly environment. One of the things I love about the FLA tribe is that we are a safe space, and it is one of the those places where you have to, like you don't have to pretend you know everything. If you mess up, we are here to back you up, tell you in a friendly, relatable way how, where you did wrong and how you can improve in it. We don't just leave you, we don't just query you, but we also what guide you on how to what do better. It's opportunity for everyone to grow, mistakes, learn from your mistakes and keep going with the support of your mentors. I myself, even with your fellow colleague, you can even relate on someone you are learning the same course with, and you see that the person is what doing good in that area. You shouldn't feel like if I reach out to this person, it seems that the person is better than me. No, it might just say that everybody understand differently, and the way that part was taught, that person relates with it well, and you, if the person have taught it in another way, you would have also captured it. And that is the whole idea of the roadmap we set up. Even in as much as we gave you guys platforms for you to take courses, we also give you daily roadmap, because we want that a day as you finish a course, you have something to research. You have something with that research, you learn, you read articles about it, you see how other persons explain it. If that course did not explain it properly for you, with you reading those articles, doing your research, you see that you now start getting more insight and you start understanding it. Like Mr. Jonathan said, as he researches, it's also what is also happening, because part of the whole tech thing is you research a lot, you will ask a lot of questions. If you feel that once you are just done with UI/UX or data analysis or software development, that is it, nah, you research, you enter bugs. Like you see bug, you will face it sometimes 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, you're in one thing. And if you don't have this skill of researching, which we are also what teaching you, you will fumble, and you always keep learning to your what lead to help you out. And it's not like it's bad, but somehow it looks bad, because if you can, because there are some work they expect you to be able to solve by yourself with a simple research instead of reaching out to them. There's something they expect you that before you meet me, first of all research about it. Make sure that during that research you did not find anything, because by the time you meet them, they will ask you, what have you tried? And some of them will be like, have you tried this other solution? And they expect you to know that solution. Like me, during my learning, I was taught by a mentor. You see that say Google is your friend. Is a first-hand experience. I want to do this. He will allow me type. Oh, he will here it's finished. The next thing you see it, Google is your friend. I'll be so mad, like, but he allow me type this thing. He will not accept me. The next thing again, Google is your friend. So I had to go back and start what doing researches. And it started what? It helped me. Because right now, if I have a bug, I know how to research. I know them is when I research and still I don't find any tangible solution to fix my own problem, because there's a possibility chances that most times you might encounter a bug that you might not actually find the solution there. That is when you start reaching out to people way ahead of you. They might what? Might have had such experience or have an idea of it, and they'll be able to point it out for you. So that is the whole idea of what the FLA tribe. So the so I've already said my own example. So I'm not sure saying example for a real life experience. From the introduction, I've also told you my own first-hand experience of the whole thing. So that is it. So I just wanted to share this wonderful topic with you guys so that it will help keep you guys in check, so that whenever this you experience such, you won't feel bad about yourself. You will also have idea of how to go about it. So I don't know if anyone can help us. It might not really be in learning, maybe something aside tech that you have had your own first hand experience on, like you failed and how you were able to what overcome. Anyone willing to share that before we okay, Mr. Benjamin, let's hear you.
Okay, ma. This is a very common experience that has been going on in the tech family, which you are not new to. But I want you to throw more light on it as regarding to because of the newcomers and the new people we have here. Though I've learned my lesson. God, this inferiority complex, the fact that you feel as though you're not good enough because of what you are seeing outside, what you're seeing outside. You feel like you are not up to standard Why in your learning stage, in your learning phase, you start envying people that has invested time and years into learning and implementation, and you are envying them while you are in your learning stage. So I don't know if you can help put a balance to that, so that the minds of the people coming into tech will not just let it not just look as though it's a quick money scheme where you can just learn, and then in the next 1 year you are already making more money than the rest of them. Let's just give them an introductory part to the challenges they are going to face, and let them know that it's normal. It's normal, because when I started, I felt it was an oppression. I felt it was my village people fighting me, until I had to understand that it takes time to build anything of relevance and of influence. So I don't know if you can throw more light on that, please.
All right, Mr. Benjamin, thank you for that wonderful contribution. Though I wanted you to share your own experience, but you ended up giving us a good contribution. I really love that. So that is really a good thing. Inferiority complex, like, it's common though. It's really common because a lot of person, when you see someone that is good, you always get this feeling that, especially like me, I know I've had that feeling once. That was then before I told myself that everybody's good in their own way. Yes, I might be good doesn't mean I'll be the only good person in the world. If I'm the only good person in the world, I will not be able to do all the jobs. I will get exhausted and stuff. So they have to be other person too. Because then each time I see, especially my age mates doing well, like, you go to LinkedIn, I just launched my app, like I just got a job, I just did this. And when you go to their personal pages, you see working here, 11 years experience, so certificate. At some point I even thought that, I think certificate is the thing. Because then me, I'm someone that I learned from, like I said, a mentor. Then I also had the experience to do internship with a company then, but it's no longer a physical now. It's now a remote setting where everybody is now online. So there was no certification given to me throughout that my 1 year, nothing, nothing. So it's just my experience and then what I put on my stuff like that. So then it was teaching, physical teaching. They come tell you about, give you tasks to work on, and that is it. I didn't take a professional course. I didn't do like you guys are doing now. I didn't do that. So there's no certificate for me to put on my CV, on my LinkedIn page or any of my CV that, okay, I've achieved. But when you see those things, so sometimes I feel like, is it because it's certificate? Is it why these people are getting job that at least I'm supposed to get job too and stuff like that? But at the end of the day, I just said that certificate might get you there, but what you know might not keep you like on the job. And sometimes it's not really about the certificate. It's about what you have done so far. That's why any little project you work on, always keep it. Post about it on Insta, on your handles. Let the world know that this is your journey. Because most time, most of these recruiters always go to your Twitter pages or one of your popular social media handle to go through what, to see what you are learning. That's why even though it's hello world, say today I started my programming journey. I worked on what? Hello world. And this is how it look like. Just do something. Talk about what you are doing. And you see that with that, people will start putting eye on you. And most times you get what? Job referral. Half of the job I got in tech space are all referrals from persons who know me and I've worked with. E just dis my last job that I could say that I applied, got passed through the interview process, but half of the other one was just, someone told us you do this and do that and we love to have you in our company. No more interview, because for the person to talk about me means they know I'm good. So I did not pass any kind of technical assessment or stuff like that. And because I saw that persons that are good, I did not make that now belittle myself and hide myself. No, I still what, do my own thing and still push out myself. And instead I made those people their friends, so that I can also have one or two things they are good at, I can still learn from too. So that is whole thing. So like Benjamin said, don't, and I also want to add, don't shy away from that. When you, this is a tech world, you meet a lot of person, even some person sef who are just what, hyping themselves, but deep down they don't really know what they are doing. Like Jay met me then that he said he was interested in UI UX, But the whole thing that there's a lot of person doing it. And I told you one thing, a lot of person doing it doesn't mean that lot too is good at it. You might come out today and beat the rest of person by by just one simple thing you are good at, and the other person what might not really know be good at it. So that is just it. So don't see that and then start belittling yourself and stuff like that. So thank you guys. I don't know if you have any questions before we call it a day because all right. So Mr. Kelvin, do you have anything for us? Let's hear from you. You're
Um,
muted if you are talking.
can
Okay.
you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So, not really anything from me. It's good to be here and be part of the conversations. Learning it's always hard, and some of us have, a lot of us have been there, and it just takes time, it takes dedication, it takes consistency, and eventually the opportunity are always there. It doesn't matter if everybody is doing front end or everybody is doing UI UX. The thing is, if you look around, you will always see jobs. Somebody is getting those jobs, and that person can be you. If there are so many people doing this thing, why are there still jobs? It's because they are still looking for people. Just because there are many people that say they are doing these jobs doesn't mean they can actually fit the roles. So just keep up with your learning, keep being consistent, and before you know it, you would be the one speaking at the next gathering like this. So, yeah, that's all for me.
All right. Thank you so much for that. So thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate your time and for being here today. Keep doing what you are doing, and before you know, you'll be where you want to be. And all of you have visions, you have your roadmap. Like, yes, it's hard learning. Learning is hard. It's hard. If you don't have, if you are not, you don't have this, how they put it, the habit of consistency and stuff like that. There are some because there are some days you will wake up and you just don't feel like doing anything. But if you keep letting your whole emotion take control over you most of those days, you end up being stuck. So build that habit and keep doing what you are doing, and we'll all laugh at last. So thank you so much. I think the meeting has come to an end. Have a lovely weekend. Please go to church. If you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, okay, tomorrow people don't worship, but pray to your God. Have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.